Hi, Pooja. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. And how are you?
I'm good too. How many years of experience you have with respect to automation testing?
I have 3+ years of experience in automation. Yeah.
Okay, great. Uh, can you tell me something about the framework that you are using?
So currently, in my project, we are using Cucumber framework.
Hmm.
So there are majorly three components are there.
Hmm.
There is a feature file, step definition file, and runner file. And in the feature files, we have written the test cases in the simple plain test language like Gherkin language.
Hmm.
So we use the keywords like given, when, then, and scenario outline with example, and background keyword also we use.
Hmm.
And in step definition file, we are creating the method of each step, which
Hmm.
is in the feature file.
Hmm.
And in that, we write all the actions we need
Hmm.
to perform, and we are giving some assertions in the step definition file. And in runner file, we are giving the this step definition file path, feature file path,
Hmm.
and plugin also we give for the particular reports if you want, like HTML report and all that things.
Hmm.
Dry run also we give. And also, we are giving for parallel execution, we are using test engine.
Hmm.
Uh, and for the we are also using the page object model.
Okay.
So for each web page, we are creating one page, one
Hmm.
class, page class. That we are writing the locators, and also for each locator, we are creating one method, and that method we call in step definition file.
Hmm. Correct.
Yes.
What else?
Uh, in the test.html file, we are also giving the parallel execution.
Hmm.
And in the pom.xml file, we are giving the runner file part
Hmm.
uh, in the plugin section, and that's it. That's it.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Fine. So whenever you get this question, so you can tell that yes, it's a BDD, but BDD is actually not a framework. BDD is just a way, it's an approach to design your test. So how do you design your test? You use given as a keyword, you use when, then. Those are your keywords that you will be using in your feature file. When you say the framework, so framework can be a data-driven framework. There can be a keyword-driven
Test
framework. It can
engine.
be TDD. Yeah, TestNG is also fine. It can be a hybrid framework as well, which is a combination of multiple frameworks, right? So you can explain. And page object model is a design pattern. So can you elaborate about the page object model more?
Yes, in the page object model, we use like different design patterns we use, like at the rate find by. In that, we locate the locators we are give for
Mm-hmm.
the particular element. And after that, we can create one method for that, and UI related code we are written in that page for that method
Okay.
action. Yes.
Okay. So how would you call the base class methods there?
We are using inheritance.
Inheritance, correct?
Inheritance. Yes.
Okay. So using inheritance, you are calling
We are
the
calling
base class
base class
in your pages.
extends. Yes.
Okay. Okay. How will you handle the frame in Selenium?
Actually, frame is
Hmm.
embedded web page inside the another web page.
Hmm.
So is known as a frame. So if we are sorry, um,
Take your time. No
for
worries.
finding,
Yeah.
yes, for finding whether this is frame or not, we are
Hmm.
right click on that particular web page,
Hmm.
and if there is a iframe is written in that, so that is then consider as this is the iframe. So
Okay.
we use in that a
Mm.
driver dot switch to frame we use,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and it is the overloaded method. So
Mm.
we use uh, like index while
Mm-hmm.
giving the index frame name or web element we are
Okay.
giving,
Mm-hmm.
and for switching to the again to the default page, we are using driver dot switch to default content. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you write the code just for this? Like you have to find the total number of iframes on a web page, right? So can you write the code for that? I'm giving you screen sharing rights. You can click on share screen green button. You can write the code in any of the file, Notepad plus plus, Notepad, ID, whichever you're comfortable. Just that logic. How will you count the number of iframes on a web page? The total number of iframes that are present on that web page.
Can you share the link?
For now, you can just take an example of google.com. So I'm just interested in that code.
But how to find out with means
Mhm.
which frame? Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't get your
not
question.
this is not iframe.
Uh, no, no. So you don't have to find the iframe. Just take this as a reference. This is just one of the URL. I just want you to come up with the code, just the logic, how you'll come up with that code. On google.com, the iframe might not be there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just interested in that logic. What logic you will write to find the iframe, total number of iframes on a web page. So earlier you'll write like WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver or Firefox driver. Then you'll write some driver.get URL. But then what code you will write?
I need to give the
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Driver.find element.
path or
Just,
Okay.
yeah, you can give
But
any one locator, you can just write locator over there. That's also fine. I'm interested more in that
locator,
logic. Yeah, what logic you will take.
yes.
Yeah, just locator is
After
fine.
that,
Hmm.
driver dot
Hmm.
switch to dot
Hmm.
frame and index I will give.
Okay. Index is also fine. Value is also fine. You can take frame name as well.
Yes, frame.
Hmm.
After that, I will perform some actions in the
Hmm.
frame.
Hmm.
Uh, and after that, driver dot switch to default content.
Hmm.
Means default frame,
Hmm.
default page. I will return for this.
Right. Right. Okay. That's it. Okay.
Yes,
See, if you have to find, so this is used for switching from one frame to another or
one.
switching to that particular frame. But if you have to find out the number of iframes that you have right on the page, so what you'll do, so this code is fine. This code is a generic code. Okay, you might use the JavaScript executor, and then you'll create one variable with an integer data type because the number of frames or
Frame.
iframes on that web page, it can be 3, it can be 5, it can be 6. It's a numeric number, right? It's an integer. So you'll take this integer as the data type, okay, and you'll create this new variable, right? And that you'll write integer dot parse int, right? So we are using this JavaScript executor has been used, and then we are using this parse function here. So once you will use that, then you'll get the number of iframes on the page. You can also do further, like you can do list of web elements as well, like how many iframes
Yes.
are there, right? That is also one of the way. So there are two ways. This is one of the approach, list of iframe, driver dot find elements by dot tag name, and those elements you would get, or else this is also one of the method that you can use. Okay. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the next question. Um, okay. What are the different exceptions that you have faced while running the Selenium or the automation scripts, and how do you resolve them?
Exceptions like WebDriver exception,
Hmm.
uh, no such alert exception,
Hmm.
uh, no such window exception,
Okay. And how do you resolve all
no
these
such
things?
element.
No such element. Okay.
Yes, no such element exception if the element is not visible within that time frame.
Hmm.
So in that case, the no such element exception is occur,
Okay.
and element not visible exception also occurs sometimes
Hmm.
when if we are giving explicit weight and that it is the condition is not satisfied within that period, so
Hmm.
it throws an no such element exception.
Okay. What else? That's it.
Yes,
Okay. When will you get stale element reference exception, and how do you overcome it?
still element exception is while writing the code that uh, element is available in
Hmm.
that screen, but after some days that element is not there.
Hmm.
So in that case, that stale element exception is occur.
Okay. Perfect. Fine. Now consider a scenario. You are trying to automate one web page, but your ID is keep on changing. So earlier your ID is AB123. Then your ID became AB234. Then your ID became AB456. So your ID is dynamic, right?
Mm.
So how would you write the XPath for these cases?
We use ends with
We use
starts
and
with AB. Starts with AB.
starts with AB. Okay,
Yes.
partial matching you'll use. Then
Contains
contains you'll use. Okay, correct. Then
and AB slash also we use.
AB slash
Contains AB and AB
contains AB slash. I did not get that.
means text contains AB
Hmm.
underscore.
Okay, okay. See, there are multiple ways. Let me show you. So first is using partial matching. So you'll use contains. You can also use some regular expressions. For example, this tag matches this ID or AB, right? If the IDs are dynamic, but the element has a fixed parent or sibling, then you can go for this kind of expression as well, right? So that's how you can come up with this. Okay, now tell me the difference between hooks and the background. What is the difference between hooks and the background in BDD?
Hooks are used for the at the rate before and at the rate after.
Hmm,
Means uh, at the rate before we are you like writing the code like launching the browser
hmm,
uh, and after means driver dot quit like it is applicable for all the these
hmm,
cases. And background keyword is used for the if the particular test step is used in all the scenarios,
hmm.
then at in that scenario we use background keyword.
Okay.
If that steps are means useful for all the scenarios,
So
it
let's
is
say,
repetitive.
yeah, it is repeated. Let's say in one of the feature file you have implemented a background keyword. Then would that background keyword work for another feature file as well?
No,
No.
it is
But in
specific to the page.
to that feature file. But
Yeah.
in case of hooks, what happens is in the case of hooks, the changes, the before, after, or all those things, those are applicable to all the classes,
All the
all the feature
classes.
files, or all the
Yes.
files that are there, right? So that is
Yes.
applied to everywhere. Great. Okay. How do you select the test cases which are eligible for automation? How do you prioritize those test cases? So first of all, give me the answer of the question. How do you select the test cases, or which test cases will you automate? And second thing is, how will you prioritize the automation for the test cases?
So first, high priority scenarios
Hmm.
we need to automate,
Hmm.
uh, and while after that means repetitive scenarios,
Okay. Repetitive scenarios will automate.
repetitive
Yes, correct. Then.
automate, and then we can prioritize means high priority means where whether the functionality is critical, then
Hmm.
we need to first automate that thing, and the uh, simple logic or simple things we need to give the priority less.
Right. So first, give the priority to the business side test cases. Some test cases which are executed by a business team or by your client side on a daily basis. Those test cases should be automated first. Second thing is, how would you prioritize things? So again, you'll have the test cases in the form of high, medium, low. So based on that priority, also you can take those test cases for automation. Or some test cases are such that those are repetitive test cases. Those are being executed every time manually in all your build, all your releases. For example, smoke test. That is a wonderful candidate for starting the automation actually, right? So that's how you will come up with this particular answer. Okay, now I want you to open one of the website. Uh, which is this website. Okay, so let me share my screen. Sorry, you can open this URL and you need to share your screen. So I have given you screen sharing rights.
My screen is visible.
Uh, Yes, it is visible. Now click on same day delivery. Same day delivery. Can you see that option? Yeah, click on that. Now scroll down a bit. Yeah, further scroll down. Scroll down more. Yeah, continue scrolling till the end. Go scroll down. Yeah, go to okay. Now, can you see this holiday tree light or this Vettel wishes mug delight arrangement? See these options which are coming and going.
Yes.
Yeah, these options.
Yeah.
So can you find the locator for this?
Not sure, sir, it is correct or not. Now it is,
Okay, what you are getting?
yeah.
Are you getting one of one there?
No, no.
Okay, what you are getting? Okay, so let me share my screen and let me show you. Uh, so if you remember, you had used that partial thing, no? Yeah. Now is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So whatever the text you have, right? So over there in that text, what you will do is you'll use this div contains text, capture the essence of. So whatever the text you have, just write 2 or 3 words and write contains text. These are all your divs actually. See, this is your div, right? This is
Mm,
also your div. So you can create your XPath in this manner, contains text like this.
intense text.
Yeah. You don't have to write the entire text, just write the create text. That will also work. Okay. Mm. Okay, when will you get timeout exception?
Remote exception. If we are giving the particular time to find that element, and
Mhm.
within that time frame, that element is not visible. So in that
Mhm.
case, timeout exception.
Right, right. So this exception, this timeout exception will occur when your Selenium scripts fail to complete within the allotted time duration.
Time.
So maybe
Yes.
the default is 30 seconds, but if you have increased,
Yes.
then they'll have some time duration and you will get these exceptions. But what is the solution? The solution is to increase the timeouts, right?
Time.
You can refactor the text test logic to minimize the waits or work on those waits, load times. You can check if there are any slow operations that are happening. So those all things you can identify. Okay, when will you get session not found exception?
Station not found.
Hmm.
If we are not able to launch the browser, then
They are not
I'm
able
not
to
sure
launch the
about.
browser. No worries.
Not sure about that.
So, this exception, this session not found exception, this would occur when the WebDriver is trying to make a call, but there is no active session, right? So when you are trying to test the code that is outside of your WebDriver browser session, right?
Mm.
Outside of the context of that browser session, right? So you have to check if the driver setup is done correctly and the session is created properly and accessible. So those kind of things you can check. Okay, how will you handle exceptions in Selenium WebDriver? How would you handle
We
exceptions
are
in Selenium? Yeah.
we are giving implicit wait and explicit wait to handle the exception.
Yeah, yeah, those you are doing, but are you aware about try catch block? Um,
Yes, try
yeah,
catch block.
yeah.
Yes.
So you can handle the exceptions in Selenium using try catch blocks, right? You can,
We
yeah.
yes. Try catch
Mhm.
block is used to catch the exception. So if there is any, we need to write the condition in the try block, and we are giving the exception in the catch block. If there is any condition fail in the try block, so catch block is executed. If there is no exception is occur in the try block, then the catch block is also not executed. So at a time we give more than one catch block also, exception also. One try block and multiple catch block.
Correct, correct. So you'll be using try catch exceptions at that time, right? What are the best practices for exception handling that you should be using? Any best practices that you can recall?
The weights are we give in the base class, so it is
Mhm.
used in for all the classes
Okay.
uh, using inheritance. Yeah. We are
Inheritance,
keeping
yeah,
the
that is
yeah.
fine. That is the OOPS concepts. But with respect to this, I'm asking, see, these try catch exceptions are there, right? So you'll catch specific
Yes.
exceptions instead of generic exception. You'll log the exception details like stack trace to help debugging errors. So whatever the exceptions you'll get, you'll always log them, right? Throw
We
exceptions again.
also use, I think, asserts also. Okay.
Asserts for,
Soft assert
yeah, for that. So asserts you'll be using for testing purpose, for checkpoints purpose,
checkpoints. Yeah.
right? But here you have to handle those exceptions,
Exception. Yeah.
right? So that is very important. Okay, fine. So, and it is also recommended to use the try catch blocks around the risky sections of the code, around the code lines, around the block of code which might fail.
Block.
Right? It should not be used everywhere in the test, right?
Mm.
Else it might suppress the regular errors as well, right? Okay. Okay, Rutuja, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Yeah.